Okay, about a week ago we went out for a walk and we picked these, which are Chequers. And I'll put a link in the video description down here to the video where we went out and got these. But these are a very interesting and kind of ancient fruit that has gone completely out of fashion now. People don't eat these anymore, but we can still find them wild in our hedgerows here. They can't be eaten directly off the tree. They have to be bletted, which is over-ripened. And so I've set these aside for a week, and they have now sufficiently bletted, I think, that we can taste them. And so we'll have a look at what they look like now. See, they're kind of darkish and wrinkled and quite soft to the touch. Now when I picked these, they were paler in colour, sort of buff tan colour, and they were quite firm. But in just a week they have ripened and softened, so now it's time to taste them. So let's have a look and see what they actually look like inside. I'll cut one carefully so that you can actually see what we're dealing with here. So what they've done is they've ripened into this sort of brownish orange paste. Inside there's a little hard capsule that contains the seeds, which is not edible. I don't think it's poisonous, it's just probably not very palatable. Now, dissecting them like this obviously is not how you're meant to eat them, but there's a little piece of the flesh. Let's just have a little taste of that now so I can describe the flavours to you. Okay, so it's got, the predominant flavour is like sour apples. However, it's got a tanginess that's almost like a tropical fruit, like mango or something like that. And it's got a sort of dried fruit vibe to it as well, like raisins or dates. So it's, if you imagine a combination of sour apples, little hint of tropical fruit like pineapple or mango, and a background sweetness like you get from dried fruit. So altogether, quite a pleasant little nibble actually, and very unusual. Of course, the correct way to eat them is not to fiddle around trying to chop them up like that, but actually just to either nibble the flesh directly off the stone, or the little hard capsule which contains the seeds. It's not quite a stone actually, I think it's more like a core. And, or the other way is just to pop the whole thing in and then spit the seeds out. So like that, and there's the little capsule with the seeds in it. Not an awful lot of flesh on them, but actually that's a really tasty little treat for autumn, and it's lovely, I think, as an idea to taste something which would have been very popular in medieval times. These were, you know, when we didn't have imported fruits and when winter was coming, these actually would stand like this, and you could probably, if you take all the leaves off and hang those up, you'd probably get those to keep nearly all the way through to Christmas, and then you'd still have some fresh fruit, well, kind of fresh, to nibble on and to nourish you in the depths of winter. The only other thing to say is that nobody's very sure why these things are called Chequers. There's competing theories about it being to do with Romans and beer and all sorts of things, or whether it's to do with sometimes the fruit as they ripen, they actually acquire a kind of mottled, almost checkerboard type of pattern. That's one theory. The other one is if you take these all off their stalks and throw them into a basket and ripen them in bulk, about half of them will ripen before the other half do. You get this kind of alternating dark and light pattern in the basket, which kind of looks a little bit checkerboardy. Nobody really knows for sure, and I doubt we'll ever know now. It's lost to history really, the reason why these are called Chequers. But anyway, I think they're quite an interesting little thing to have tasted and tried, and it's nice to have something which is a bit of a link to the past. So there we go, that is Chequers, ancient fruit from our English hedgerow. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.